Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Real Reds, talking authentic football fan channel made in Manchester. This is Late Night Live with me, myself, and Sam, and plenty of topics to discuss, people. A mixture, actually, today, which is really, really nice. So we've got the whole scenario with Amad Diallo on social media. There's a few things to get into with that. Paul Scholes as well, publicly criticising Marcus Rashford for the situation that's going on in Barcelona, kind of continuing on from Man United. Belieber next summer is believed to be a prime target. United going all out for him. McTominay, Ballon d'Or nominee, I think 13th in the world, 15th in the world, something like that.
14th, maybe.
Yeah. Obviously, after an incredible season at Napoli, so we'll talk about that. And I think, to be fair, by the time we just finish this show, the actual announcement for the Ballon d'Or should happen as well. So obviously, we'll stay up to date on that. But for anyone watching live or watching later on, please do subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video. Let's sink our teeth into this Garnacho thing first, Sam, if we can, the Amad Diallo scenario. So obviously, after the game against Chelsea, which I was a little bit kind of slow to pick up on this, apparently, Amad Diallo has provoked quite a few Man United fans. Not me personally. I don't know about you, but he's swapped shirts basically with Garnacho at the end of the game. We all know the situation with Garnacho and how he left the club, and how there was kind of a bitter taste in United fans' mouths. We know there was a chant for Garnacho as well, productively from the Stretford end, about who's that twat from Argentina, who's the money grabbing, etc., etc. Don't need to say the full thing. So yeah, some people are calling it kind of distasteful. Fans were writing it's a disgrace, all these kind of things. You know, taking a picture of a player who's publicly disgraced the club. What was your take on it when you first initially saw it?
Honestly, I don't really care.
Yeah,
I don't. They're obviously friends behind the scenes. When they were both at the club, they're both similar age, I think, early 20s. Both come from sort of foreign backgrounds to play in the Premier League, came here at a young age and stuff like that. So obviously they're mates and they've bonded. So yeah, I've not really got a problem with it. Had we lost, I think I might be a bit annoyed with it, but I don't think, like, I've never been to the one to go to the extent and abuse somebody on social media. Like, that's never been what I've wanted to. If I see something that pisses me off, I normally complain to my mates or my girlfriend and go, seen this shit? Like, it's fucking annoying. I don't really, like, if I see something on YouTube or Instagram and I don't like it, I just keep going. I'm like, I don't want to see that, so I'll just keep going. To me, yeah, it doesn't really matter. Is it slightly, I wouldn't call it distasteful or disgraceful or anything. Is it slightly read the room a little bit? Maybe, yeah. Like, if I was in that position, I wouldn't have done it. If you're going to swap the shirts, take the picture and then just keep it privately for yourself. Don't put it on social media. Like just don't, it's not worth the risk. So I wouldn't have done it. Do I have a problem with it? Not really. Yeah, just leave the kid alone, for God's sake. It's not abusing him on social media. For there's too much shit going on in the world where we're just abusing football players on social media for decisions. Like, come on, lads, let's be better.
One of the things that we see happen quite a lot, and again, this is a theme of Man United wingers, where it seems to happen, and it's for various different reasons, and everyone's entitled to think whatever they want about it, but they kind of deactivate the socials. And I think, Sam, when I see something like that, just my opinion, I think that's like a cry for attention by doing that. Like, why do you need to deactivate everything else? So just don't look at it.
The younger players, like, I'm older than you, and you're a little bit older than me, a little bit younger, a little bit. Sorry, you're a little bit older than the guys playing football as well. Yeah. So, like, I'm a different generation almost completely, and you're in their generation, but you're slightly at the tail end of it. So it's, you grew up with social media, but not really. Like, you grew up when it was starting to burst on the scene. I grew up where it wasn't really a thing. MySpace was a thing. That's how old I am when the social media started happening. Yeah. Whereas these guys have grown up around social media, Instagram, Twitter, all that sort of stuff, TikTok now. So that's how they express themselves. That's how they project themselves as a person out to the world. So that's the way they send a message. Like we've seen Jadon Sancho do it, Rashford does it, Garnacho does it, obviously Ahmad does it. That's the way. Like they are chronically online, and it would do them so much better to not be on it and just stay away from it, because it just causes issues. No matter what, there's never any positive social media messages there with a footballer.
No.
It's always something negative. Give it to your PR team, give it to your agent or your manager, and just tell them, post pictures from when we've won a match and post like a nice message. When we've lost a match, post something of me looking down and saying, yeah, next time, blah, blah, blah. And just leave it at that. Just leave it at that. Don't deal with it. Don't look at it. Don't engage in it, because nothing positive comes from it, ever.
By the
like,
same
it just
token
doesn't.
as well, though, we get sometimes, like, when Maguire was kind of going through his media storm, or Rashford or certain things, there would be stuff put out where fans would look at it and go, he hasn't put that, so it's not authentic. So then you get accused of not being authentic and putting stuff. But I know
there's no positive, is there? There's no positive to it.
I know if it was me, and I know people say, I don't read the comment section. It's just general curiosity. Sometimes it's just in you as a person to want to see that. Some people can just switch off. Some people, like, compare me and Chivet, for example. Chivet can be as flat and not bothered and won't concern himself. Me, I'll get wrapped up in certain things. Like, sometimes it's just your personality and who you are. And being in the public eye that much, and being at a club at Manchester United, even the littlest things overboil. And we've seen that happen so many times. So, yeah, that's obviously led to him deleting the Instagram post and taking everything off socials. And, yeah. But I think it's it's an overreaction for me as well. Like, you know how much I dislike Garnacho. But that's just like, it's just a picture.
It was like, what was there was a thing recently where people were losing their minds, and I was just like, really? That's what we're kicking
the Villa
off
shirt,
about?
was it?
No, not the... Well, the Villa shirt, for example, like, had he posted that in isolation and there was nothing else, he did nothing else previously, I think most of us would be like, yeah, he's supporting his mate. Maybe it's a bit stupid to post that, but it's fine. But because he had the previous, that's why people had a problem with it. Had he just posted the Villa shirt on its own with nothing else, then I've been like, it doesn't really bother me, but he knew what he was doing. He knows exactly what he's doing with it, so... That's the issue that I think people had. But yeah, again, stay off social media. Like, it's not worth it. It's not good. It's not good for you. It's not good for... It's been scientifically proven it's not good for the human brain chemistry. So it jacks your dopamine level and it raises it up, and then you're chasing that all the time. It's similar to drugs. Like, that's how it works. It's just not good for you.
Cheap dopamine is terrible for the body. It really, I take it for someone who's first-hand... TikTok, social media, it's
well, we work in it. Like, we work in it, so we know pitfalls, we know the demons, I know how the strings are pulled, basically. So I've kind of looked in it internally, and it doesn't affect it. Like, it can't get the hooks in me anymore, because I know how it works. I work in it, and you're probably very similar. So I just think, if you're young, and especially if you're famous, just stay away from social media. It's not going to do you any good ever.
No. Adam's in the chat saying stay off social media, but not Real Red's YouTube. Well, YouTube's not social media, is it?
No.
Is it? So
content. It's content. Yeah. Like, I mean, everything I watch, I don't watch TV channels anymore. I just watch YouTube. I don't watch any TV channel.
To be honest with you, the days of kind of switching BBC One, BBC Two, long gone. It's all Netflix, Amazon Prime, and these kind of things. I was thinking that this morning, actually. I was like, what kind of subscriptions? And when you go through it all, you think, fucking hell, 4, 5, 6, like, they all add up, don't they? But Rainer is saying, just don't know why any of it is Scholes' business, to be honest. Just focus on United, for fuck's sake. Well, let's dive into that story as well, because that's a little bit of drama. So we've had a scenario with Marcus Rashford, basically, where he was dropped for Barcelona after scoring 2 incredible goals against Newcastle. Turned up late for training, got dropped from the team, and then this has kind of provoked Paul Scholes on his podcast with Nicky Butt, which I really can't... I think it was Good Bad.
The Good, the Bad, and the Football, is it?
Yeah,
is that what
something
it's
like that.
Yeah.
It's a proper cliche kind of football name.
Yeah.
And they got talking about Marcus, and he was saying, I really struggle to feel happy for him, mainly because of his attitudes towards Man United towards the end. I thought it was disgraceful. The amount of times I saw him at Man United walking. And this is something that has been a conversation or in the loop of conversation whenever anyone speaks about Marcus Rashford. And when he goes to other clubs, he does have these moments, because he had it at Villa.
Yep.
He looked decent at Villa at times. He had it at Barcelona. Well, obviously, he saw it at Barcelona the other day in the Champions League. So the level is there. And then that's when the conversation gets brought up, Sam, about, oh, look, he's gone to another club and done it. And my instant reply to that always is, yeah, how long, though? How long until something happens or until he turns up? And you've seen it again. So it's like the same story. It's just, again, built in the player, isn't it?
It's like he's not learned his lesson, almost. Like, he had all those incidents at United, in the nightclub in Belfast, the party after they defeated a derby, phoning in sick, but then being seen on a night out beforehand, like all this different stuff, turning up late and dropped from the, was it a Wolves game? And then he came on and scored. I think I'm right.
Yeah.
And then obviously they had the issues with Amrim, him and Garnacho, who's dropped for the derby, and then obviously never played for us again. So, yeah, it just seems like a consistent issue. And it just again, wingers for Man United. Like, what? Fucking hell. Him and Jadon Sancho, Jesse Lingard seem to have this thing as well. Obviously, Garnacho. It just seems to be really... You have these extremely talented players who, if they were on it and working as hard as Cristiano Ronaldo works, or Robert Lewandowski clearly works... If they worked as hard as them, they'd be some of the best players on the planet. Like, they would be up there winning a Ballon d'Or like this tonight. That's what they could be competing for, because they've got the talent, they've got the ability, but the mentality and the attitude just doesn't seem there. It doesn't seem right, does it?
I think almost from a human level, though, as well, it's tricky, right? You're a player who's still relatively young, 26, 27, just about to enter your prime. You're playing for Barcelona. You're on £300,000 a week. Yeah. It's like the ego or whatever it is internally. It must be hard to keep in check at times. And obviously other professional footballers do it. But I'm just saying, like, to turn up late to a session, if it happens once, twice, you can kind of almost understand it. It's like, fucking hell.
But he's got a history of it at United.
That's the point I was going to make. Like, everyone's turned up late for work, but if you do it, you go to another job, you do it. You go to another job, you do it. The patterns start. And Sancho, same thing. Everywhere he goes, man. And I guarantee there will be a story within the next 6 months about Sancho and Villa and something happening there. You can see it a fucking mile off. So, more and more people joining us tonight. Please do get your thoughts and opinions on the Garnacho and Ahmad situation and the Marcus Rashford situation at Barcelona as well. Ray and 8 is saying Rashford's a problematic player for sure. I've just always hated Scholes' agenda on him, even when Rashford was at his peak. Box saying he scored 4 goals in 17 games at Villa, 2 were against Championship Preston. My point was, he looked brighter than he looked dead in the water at United. He went to Villa, and at least his performances picked up slightly. Unai Emery seemed to get a little bit more out of him. That was my initial point.
What was
the world beater by any stretch of imagination?
Somebody in the chat called Emery a twat whisperer, didn't they? That was I liked that.
T2, I think that was.
That was fun. That was funny. Paul Scholes, just on him. Yeah, he's become a very grumpy old man, hasn't he?
He is.
Like, he's proper grumpy. Like, anytime I listen to him talk, he's complaining, or he's having a go at someone, or saying someone's not good enough. Like, and again, one of my favorite players ever. Like, he is up there with Giggs. Like, I think Giggs might be my favorite United player ever, but Scholes is up there. Like, he's competing for it. But Jesus Christ, as a pundit, I can't listen to him. Like, it depresses me. It really does.
You asked him a question. I'm surprised, actually, that amazing, intelligent footballer. Yes. But punditry, sometimes when he's on a Champions League game, Europa League game, whatever, and he's talking, they go, Paul, what do you think about this? And he goes, I don't know, to be honest. I'm not too bothered. Like, that's his attitude towards punditry. Yeah. And like, it's hard to... And that's who he is. He's being genuine and fair enough. Yeah. But it does have that feel about it, similar to Gary Neville as well, where they just... And I know United are in a bad place, but it just seems like they're constantly slagging it off. And it becomes almost unbearable a little bit, innit, to listen to him.
And I expect like Jamie Carragher to slag United off. I expect Redknapp to slag United off. I expect Graham Souness, all those other guys talk about people. I expect that from them because we earn their money. Like if they talk about United, they're earning money. But come on, United lads, can we just like, all right, let's talk about the reality of the situation and stuff like that. But can we just stop slam dunking on the club every fucking week? Right. Like, come on. Like with the Chelsea, we beat Chelsea and we won. And then every single report saying it's just not good enough from United. It's not, and then Liverpool barely beat Burnley with a handball from Hannibal. It's like, oh, it's a sign of champions digging in and getting the result and stuff like that. You just like, you can't win. Can't fucking win. Like pundits, former United players are slagging us off. Players are fucking us about in the club. Like you just can't win as a fan. Like it just feels like where are you supposed to turn for like some positivity about United?
Mad thing is, we're level on points from Man City and 3 points behind Arsenal. That's the crazy thing.
And we've had the toughest start than anyone in the league.
Yeah. We put something in the chat before, and I know some people don't like the underlying numbers and metrics and all that kind of stuff. I completely understand that. But they are there. Where the XG, I think it was, total shots on goal the most in the league.
Yep.
Most chances created as well on top of that. So there is something there. I mean, if they've just finished the chance and didn't make individual mistakes, you could be talking about being level on points with the likes of Arsenal. That's how fine margins in football. If
we had an actual decent goalkeeper, we'd probably either win or draw the Arsenal game.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and then where we're at there, we're like, what? Apart from Grimsby, we'd be undefeated.
I think it was that Grimsby game that's threw a lot of people.
That has tanked it. That has tanked it. Yeah.
It threw me after that game. You can't blame people for reacting the way they did after that Grimsby game.
No. That was a disgraceful performance. That was utterly terrible performance.
The credit
no
was
excuse
fully
for
out
that.
there, and now they're starting to build it back up. So it'd be nice to get behind it a little bit. You mentioned the goalkeeper there. We've had a couple of stories kind of surrounding that at the minute. So Romano put out before that Andre Onana felt let down this summer as Manchester United pinned their hopes on Son Lemans as their goalkeeper for now and the future. But we've also Samuel Luckhurst, who's moved from the MEN now. I think we're going to...
The Sun.
The Sun, yeah, apparently.
So it's like bullshit meets bullshit, doesn't it? Like,
negativity, the Sun. What a surprise. Samuel Luckhurst saying United have prioritised a major goalkeeper signing next year. Ruben Amorim confirmed last week that United do not have an outright number one goalkeeper. And United have recently been in talks with Mike Maynard's representatives, who is a free transfer next summer. Yep. But I suppose it's kind of like, how can you confirm that when it's like... It depends how Lemans does, right? If Lemans comes in and does really, really well, you'd expect him then to become first choice, no?
Yeah. That would be my thinking. Like if he comes in and absolutely smashes it, then you think, that's his shirt then. And then you'd probably move Bayindir on next summer and bring in a number two. You might have to bring in a number three, or maybe you bring back Vitek from on loan, and maybe that's you two sort of like keepers that you're going to rotate. But hopefully he smashes it. Like, God knows when we're going to get to see him play, because Amorim is insisting on playing Bayindir no matter what. So, I don't know when we're going to get to see him play. Maybe against Brentford.
Yeah.
Maybe against Sunderland. I don't know. Hopefully we get to see him soon.
I think that would be the game. Not just me. There's a few of us on the channel who called it. Even before the Chelsea game and the City game, they think it'll be the best time to introduce him, maybe at Sunderland, at Old Trafford, kind of get embedded in there, see what he's about, and then you can kind of move on from there, because there was a lot of pressure on that Chelsea game, it felt like. All United fans were saying, you've got to win this, you've got to get points from this, which in fairness they did to him. But if you throw another unknown in there at the time, another question mark, people are kind of like, it's a bit more nervousness if he makes a mistake, like all those kind of question marks happen. So I still think they will. I think that's why they've, rather than going for Donnarumma this summer, I think they've gone for Lemans, maybe with an idea that he's that young. Even if you bring in a senior goalkeeper now, he can still go in, because he's 23, right, Lemans?
Yeah.
So even in 5 years' time, he's 28 for a keeper. That's still extremely young.
I was going to say, like, even if at 28, as a goalkeeper, he could have 10 years left as a goalie. So,
100%. We've got Pat May in the chat box, Rayanator with all their opinions. Scholes, Gene, Evan Keane are all so depressing to listen to.
I agree.
Rio, the only one who you can actually listen to without wanting to cry. I do think Rio's got better, in my opinion.
He has got better, but he does talk some shit.
He does.
Like, he does talk some shit. Like, sometimes I listen to it, I go, really? Like, this is what we're doing? But the best former United pundit is Hargreaves, bar none.
I think he's up there.
For me. Like, he's top. Like, I listen to it. His analysis is spot on. He's not positive or negative about everything. He just says things out the air and stuff. Yeah. Like, I think he's great.
I agree. Bayern Day was solid because he had nothing to do. Distribution was solid and was key in the build-up that led to the red card, but you got to start Le Mans now. Scholes, Neville, Keane always run United players down. It's a shame to see. And Dembele apparently has won the Ballon d'Or.
Fair enough.
So we'll dive into that towards the end because we'll tie it in with the McTominay stuff. I wanted to move it on to the midfield, another area kind of looking to recruiting. And again, Lucas has been active in this. There's been a few other journalists, Romano. So initially it was put United also plan to invest heavily, at least one central midfielder next year. Probably the influence of what happened with Man United is having an impact on Carlos Baleba. That situation has probably affected him. Carlos Baleba wanted to go to Man United. He was very, very keen. And we've had Herzler as well come out, obviously the Brighton manager, saying for sure when a young boy reads about interest from Man United with a big offer, it might affect him deep down. Because he has had a rocky start to the season. There's people question marks around Baleba. Whether that naturally kind of lowers his price is yet to kind of be seen. We're not sure. We think there might be more competition next summer for him, more kind of club sharking around him. But it does have that feel to it, this deal, doesn't it? That something's there. Like something's...
Yeah.
And I feel like it's going to get done. And it's not based on any... It's just a feeling that I have around this transfer because they're really keen and he seems really eager as well, which is good, I suppose.
The one worry, and I'm sorry for pissing on people's chips with this deal, but with the pressure that comes to United and the fact that his performances have been affected by our interest, does that worry you at all? Coming to United?
It's a good question. Yeah, it's a very good question. I don't know. I think I've seen patterns of this before, though, with players that we've gone for. And some of them, by the way, didn't work out, but some of them have been okay for us, kind of where it's like turned their head a little bit. I mean, look at Isaac at Newcastle. The guy stopped fucking... I'm not condoning this, but the guy literally stopped training for the club and was like, fuck off, basically, until he got his move.
Yeah.
And again, there's been a whole argument around that as well, aren't they? Saying, like, is it the right thing to do, the wrong thing? You look at Gay, he's still at Palace.
That's what I'm saying. The argument is, if you're nice, you don't get your move. Whereas if you're an arsehole, you seem to get your move and you agitate for it, you get the move. So, like, Anthony did it for us, didn't he? When we bought him from Ajax, he refused to train. Gyökeres obviously refused to train for Sporting. Ended up getting his move to Arsenal. So there is method in the madness. But I do think, that pressure thing is a concern. It's not a massive concern, but it's a little thing in the back of my head. Like, you've got to be tough as fuck mentally when you come to United because the amount of expectation, the pressure, the criticism, everything that comes with it. And he's had his
from Brighton.
And he's had his head turned and he's affecting his performances. It's a little bit of a concern. Like we've seen top players come to not even United, like Florian Wirtz, for example, at Bayern Leverkusen, absolutely smashing it. One of the best players in Europe. He's come to Liverpool. He's not doing well, is he? He's not doing well at all.
No. That's what I mean. It's the Premier League really can grab players, chew them and spit them out. The best of players, like they genuinely, it's such a tough league. And Baleba as well is someone really inexperienced. Like, I don't know if he's got any European games under his belt at all. Maybe like a handful potentially when he was at Lille or something. But even then,
does he play for Cameroon national team? Has he played a lot for them?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's
played a lot, but he's
played. Has he played for an AFCON or anything like that?
I don't know. I would doubt it because I mean, even when Brighton bought him, he made I think like 21 appearances for Lille.
Right.
So he's really, really inexperienced, which is why the price tag, which is I kind of understand United when Brighton didn't even quote him one, but you think it's probably going to be around over 100 million.
Yeah.
That's a huge gamble, and I think he's a top player.
Oh no, absolutely.
But it's almost like who else is there? Like Wharton.
If you don't get Belieber, it's a step down in the tier, isn't it? Like Belieber is like creme de la creme, and then if you don't get him, you're taking a step down, no matter what. Like even if there's good players, like you said, Wharton's a good player, but he's a different type of player to what Carlos Belieber is. Yeah. But then you're looking at like Luciano Gomez, who I didn't know who he was up until this summer. I bet you didn't know who he was and stuff like that. Thanks to Carl Anker, we had a breakdown of all these players, and then all the people started linking United to him because of his article. Javier Guerrero from Valencia as well. There was another one. But again, you compare them to Belieber, it's like night and day, isn't it? It's a totally different level.
And a lot of football nowadays, especially in transfers, is based around data and what they get. And that's one of the Brighton's biggest things, I mean, with Tony Bloom, like all about data and specific data as well. And Belieber on that side of things, as well as the eye test, is like his metric is right up there with every.
And he's young as well. What is he? 22?
Yeah,
23. So very, he's like young. He's not even in his prime yet. Like you said, he's inexperienced. He's not even in his prime yet, and he already looks this good. That normally the trend goes like that. It doesn't normally go. He's really, really good, and then drops off the floor. Normally it goes like this.
Yeah. And especially for what we need someone who can just take it on half turn. Great ball carrier, can play with
in this system as well. This system,
perfect for it.
Yeah,
absolutely perfect. So I think that's going to be a big part of next summer, and hopefully they get that deal done early because, as we all know, the midfield is needed. Box saying Onana robbed the Ballon d'Or. Such a shame. Good point about the mentality. I remember Modric had a slow start at both Tottenham and Madrid. And,
at Madrid, he was voted. So after his first season, he was voted the worst transfer in Madrid history after his first season. Wow. True story. Now look at him. I
didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, a Ballon d'Or winner himself. We're speaking about the Ballon d'Or. Jesus. Incredible footballer. Yeah, before we get into the Ballon d'Or stuff, there was just one little bit on Harry Maguire from Romano, Sam, saying obviously he remains a key leader in the dressing room, vital player. Amorim values his mentality, and club insiders admire his support for the team's young talents, but also a bit on obviously his contract situation that's coming up as well. I think this is the end of his contract, right, by the next summer?
I think, yeah, because they did an extension last year, didn't they?
Yeah.
They did a 1-year extension.
So in that scenario, whether you're the manager or Wilcox or whoever, what are you doing? Are you keeping him around on a rolling contract?
I'd keep him around. Like I think, like I'm getting bored of saying it. I'm sure people in the chat get sick of us saying it, but the amount of shit that he took and the comeback that he's had and the performances that he's put in, I think like that's a story for a lot of players who could learn from that, especially young players. Like, so sometimes young players come in and they burst onto the scene and then they have a little dip, don't they? And it's like then they struggle to come back. To have someone like Harry Maguire and be like, look, I've been through a dip. Like I had 2 seasons where I was getting pelters left, right, and centre. People were asking me to be sacked. England fans were booing me, like all this different stuff. And I've come back now, and arguably one of the most important players at United. So I think he'd be really good influence on the dressing room. I read a story as well. I can't remember who the journalist was, but it was basically saying, it's Chris Wheeler. When some of the players were going against Amorim's system, he was one of the people to stand up and go, you players need to look at yourselves. Don't be looking at the manager. You guys need to step up and start playing well. So, I like him. Like, again, I'll hold my hands up. I thought he was done at this club, and we needed to let him go, and he's proved everybody wrong. So I'd be more than happy to keep him around.
What I found interesting about the Maguire situation was when Ole was on Stick to Football, and he was how adamant he was on how good of a leader Maguire is and how infectious he is, and how important he is to the dressing room. And people, it's hard to see that when he was putting in the performances that he was at times. I mean, he was so calamitous at times. Like, mistakes he would make, falling over himself. People were just fucking done with him. And the price tag kind of writ that already for him, which brought huge pressure on itself. But you can see it, like, even in interviews that he does to the players who speak about him. I thought at the time taking the captaincy off him was the right thing, in my opinion, because I thought he has gone on and done better since the armband's been taken off him. Yeah. But you can still be a leader without the armband. I mean, we've still got Leach, Mazraoui, Casemiro, like these kind of players who are all... who are all kind of captains in their own right, but you don't have to have the armband. There's even questions around Bruno as well being the right fit.
Like, I remember Ollie was saying there was certain players who wouldn't. Was it step up to take?
Yeah,
to play. To play. And then I think he said as well about the captaincy. He was asking for people who wanted it. Yeah. And apparently there wasn't that many people, but Maguire was one of those people who stepped forward. Yeah. And he'd only been at the club for a matter of months when he was made captain. So while it might not have worked, the fact that he put himself forward is admirable in my opinion. Like, I like it. And again, people have got problems with Bruno, but the dude always puts himself on the line. He always tries everything he can, and he will put himself on the firing line. If people have got criticism, he will take it. So we need more people like that in the team, man. Like him, Maguire, De Ligt, Casemiro, like you mentioned, Leacher. We need more of those type of people in the team.
I must admit as well, I think that back five system suits him. I think
definitely.
It's a lot more comfortable.
Well, Leicester, that's the system he got sort of great on, didn't he, when he played at Leicester as a back five. In the England Southgate team, the back five was where he was like absolutely smashing it for England. So yeah, that system is built for him. Like, it works so well for him.
And also now I think he's more becoming, he might tell me I'm absolutely wrong for saying this, but it feels like he doesn't have to start. He could still be effective.
Yes.
Even, you know what I mean? Like last 10 minutes, or if you want to play 45, like it seems you can pivot about with him a little bit, because he is getting to that age now where, I don't know, was he 32, 3, something?
Something like that, yeah.
You've got someone in Matthias De Ligt who's starting to look really, really good and getting better and better each game. And he's
Lenny Yoro as well.
Lenny Yoro. Like, these young ones are coming through now. So he's going to be that figurehead. And we don't have many of them. I mean, do we have any centre-backs over 30 at the club?
No, I think he's the only one.
Maguire, innit?
Where's Luke Shaw? Is he 30 now?
I think he's just turned.
Yeah. Just turned 30.
Turned 30.
So he's a left centre-back, technically, isn't he?
Yeah. So there's not many leaders, so I'm happy to have him around, personally. Adam's saying people even put P45s on his changing room seat. Horrible. Yeah, people also got abuse online because of that.
Got called a
pedo when I had absolutely nothing to do with it other than posting it, which is crazy. That's a story
I
for
forgot
another time.
about that.
It's people new in the chat who don't know about that. Moving from P45s to Ballon d'Ors. Just the last story we'll get into, and we'll discuss Ousmane Dembele as well. So, United Academy graduate, as we know, Scott McTominay, ranked 18th place it was. 18th place for the 2025 Ballon d'Or, obviously with Napoli, 12 goals and 6 assists in 34 appearances, won the Serie A, scored the opening goal in a 3-1 win over Como, and then scored as well, I think, in the final game against Calgary, which was like the title decider.
He won MVP for the league as well, didn't he?
Yeah. Just a key player, and has had an incredible season. And to see, genuinely, I'm happy for him, number one. I'm really, really happy for him, because he has always give everything, McTominay, for United, regardless. And that's why coaches absolutely loved him. But to see him go from being a sub for United and winning the title with Napoli, and the highest scoring midfielder, I think, in Europe, doing that. That's a crazy transformation, isn't it?
I'm so happy for him, man. Like, I'm so happy for the guy. Like, he deserved everything. And by all accounts, Ten Hag wanted to keep him. Like, he didn't want to sell him. He was forced to sell him. And you can see every manager that's ever come through the club, McTominay's been a key part of that. And I know we've had our issue, like the Fred McTominay midfield wasn't the best, and we should have invested in midfield. But again, he's been played out of position his entire career at United. He is a box crashing 10. That is what he does. He's not an 8. He's not a 6. He's a box crashing 10. And you saw towards the end of 10 Hag's reign, that's what he used it. He brought him as on a sub and was just like, get forward and cause chaos in that box. And the amount of goals, wasn't he like our top goal scorer at one point for the season? Like, he had like 10 goals or something.
Double figures, joint
like
top goal
ridiculous.
Scorer,
like how I was sort of like, when you use him in his right position, he was phenomenally good. Like, again, enhance a player's strengths, hide the weaknesses. When he played for us, we just exposed all his weaknesses, like playing him in the wrong position. But look at the players he finished above here, like João Neves, Lautaro Martinez, Alex McAllister, Jude Bellingham, Fabian Ruiz, Erling Haaland, Declan Rice, Virgil van Dijk. He finished above these guys.
Yeah.
Like, if that's not a hell of a fucking career rise, then I don't know what is. Like, yeah, so happy for him.
There is kind of a thing attached with you, isn't there? When you've had a career at United during this kind of period, people look at you like a bit of an outcast or whatever.
Yeah.
But actually going from United and doing what he's done, I mean, if he was just at Napoli and did what he did and was Italian or what, people would be talking about him in a different light. But it's just because it's Scott McTominay.
If he was Silvio Montonio, he would be a world-class midfielder, and United would be like, we need to sign this kid. We need to sign him. Because
those kind of don't overlook those stats, by the way, people as well. Like 12 goals and 6 assists for a midfielder is outrageous. Yeah, even in the Italian league, he was still doing it in fucking Champions League games as well. The fans, I remember seeing a clip.
Oh, they love him. They fucking love him.
When he was on the coach going into Napoli Stadium, fireworks, flares, fucking screaming his name. Like, he must be looking back at that decision now thinking, fucking hell, I'm so glad.
Yeah,
I'm so happy he made that decision, and fair play to him because he deserves it. Unlike, you look at that, like the way McTominay left United, even though he didn't want to leave, and that was,
and the manager didn't want him to leave either,
and the manager didn't want him to go either, and the club kind of forced him out a little bit, and nothing said. Professionalism went to the thing.
Well, he did an interview, didn't he? Did he do an exit interview with United?
I think so. There was something.
And he's basically. And they asked him saying, "Oh, now you're in like Italy and stuff. Who do you support?" He's like, "I still watch United every week. Like, I still want them to do well. I still want them to win. I think they'll come back." So he's still a United fan. Yeah, like he's still a United fan. He still loves the club, which like I'm all for that. Like certain players you got in a club that you just don't want to be in is taking a living. Like Sancho and Garnacho, you lot can fuck off. I'll take 100 Scott McTominays every single day over those fuckers.
100%. Box saying McTominay, what a story. Probably should have been a little bit higher than 18th as well.
Yeah.
Tim99 saying, please for Scotty Boy. Apparently 75% of his goals were scored when the score lines are at 0-0 or 1-1. Wow. Most key decisive goals. Yeah. And he's still young, really, McTominay. He's not old by any stretch of the imagination.
He's not even 30 yet, is he? So, he's still got thing to go.
Into other news with the Ballon d'Or, just to kind of finish off, the official top 10, I'll read it out here for you, Sam, and let me know your thoughts on it. Yep. Nuno Mendes, number 10. Donnarumma, number 9. Cole Palmer, number 8. Mbappe, number 7. Hakimi, number 6. Rafinha, number 5. Mo Salah, number 4. Vitinha, number 3. Yamal, number 2. And Ousmane Dembele, number 1.
Yeah. I was expecting to be most of the PSG team in that top 10 because, like, Jesus Christ, that team is absolutely insane. So I was expecting that. I was surprised to see Cole Palmer that high, to be honest with you. I thought he had a little
half,
he had a little bit of a drop off for the end of last season, so I didn't expect him to be that high. But yeah, it's good to see that. And then Rafinha last year was unbelievable. What a fucking player. Like, absolutely unbelievable last year.
Especially in Champions League. Like, some of them games, oh my God.
Yeah,
games
absolutely
against
fantastic.
Milan, fucking crazy.
Yeah, and then obviously Vitinha, we've sang his praises God knows how many times.
My favourite player at the minute, Vitinha.
Unbelievable player. Unbelievable fucking player. And then Yamal, just, superstar in waiting. He will win a Ballon d'Or eventually. He'll win one. It will happen. Yeah, Dembele, what was the stats I saw before? I think, Ben, 53 games, 35 goals, 14 assists, minutes per goal, 99.5, minutes per goal contribution, 71.1, and 4 trophies.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a season.
Undeniable, isn't it? I mean, there was murmurs and rumours of, like, Salah's and the numbers that he put out and stuff, which obviously it's contesting because I think he got around 50 goal involvements or something. But then won the Premier League, which is obviously really impressive. But typically with the Ballon d'Or, the trophy is kind of...
Yeah, if you win Champions League or like a World Cup, that tends to push you over the edge, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's the one. But do you look at that list now and do you see that as... I don't know if this is like a nostalgic thing, but like the Ballon d'Or list back in the day where you'd see R9, Henry, Zizou, Maldini, all these kind of players.
Yeah.
Do you look at that list that we just read out and do you feel the same way about the players?
I kind of look at football different now because we cover it as not as a job, but it's almost like a second job because the amount of work and stuff that we have to put into it. But I look at it tactically and analytically and cause and effect now. Much like I look at film because I did a degree in it, I automatically start breaking pieces apart and analyzing why things happen and stuff like that. Whereas when I was a kid, it's just about enjoyment, wasn't it? You just enjoyed it for the fun of it, like watching Channel 4 Serie A highlights on a Sunday or seeing United for the first time under Fergie and stuff like that. It was enjoyment and it was just the love of the sport. Whereas I look at it a bit differently now. Like I could look at Nuno Mendes and just go, what a fucking player he is because of X, Y, Z. Whereas as a kid, if I looked at Luis Figo, I couldn't explain to you why I liked him. It's just when I watched him, I'd get excited about it. So I couldn't explain to you.
Another Ballon d'Or winner as well, by the way. Luis Figo. Yeah, I get that. It's just, I don't know. It is definitely nostalgic. I think people will say the same thing who are, let's say, 15, 16 now, watching these players like Dembele and Haaland, and they'll look back and say, oh, football isn't the same. I just think that period from early 2000s, 2010, like that Barcelona team, the Brazilian, like international football, insane.
Well, I'm sure older people like our dad's age or maybe even older will talk about George Best and Bobby Charlton and people like that and go, you haven't seen players like that. You haven't seen players who are that good and stuff like that. I'm sure they'll say the same thing and they might be right, but obviously we weren't alive at the time to see it. And I've seen video and I've seen clips and stuff. But obviously it's not the same as seeing it live and seeing them in person and stuff like that. It's a different experience.
They say comparison is the thief of joy, don't they? Yeah. That's what they say. So don't compare, just enjoy it whilst it's happening. Fully deserved for Ousmane Dembele. He had an incredible season. And to see him go from everything that was going on at Barcelona, where it didn't quite work out, to go to PSG and do what he's done. I mean,
Dortmund as well. Like another guy from Dortmund who you thought, another flop from Dortmund. He's gone for big money and it's not worked. And he's gone to PSG and Luis Enrique's turning him to an absolute phenom. Like, ridiculous.
100%. Right, we shall leave it at that. It is Late Night Live, and we've been live for around 40 minutes time now. So, please do subscribe to the channel, smash the like on the video, and we'll be back tomorrow. I am going to say there's going to be more content being pushed out over these next couple of weeks. Just slacked off a little bit, mainly due to moving house and other exterior things ongoing, kind of outside of the social media and YouTube world. So,
Our Instagram is temporarily suspended for a really, really stupid reason. Like, we literally posted a screenshot of a game and Instagram copyrighted it for the Premier League. So we are suspended until the 24th. So if we're not posted on Instagram, don't worry, we're still here. We've just been temporarily suspended for it. So we will get it back soon enough. But if you want to get the latest news or anything that's coming out, follow the X or the Twitter, because I'm still posting stuff on there. But the Instagram will be back, I promise.
Appreciate you all. See you guys tomorrow.